Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, all. Richard Roberts at Fireman Rich here on the Twitch. Getting my Monday started. And good morning, Chris Technician. Good morning, Erica. Good morning, all. Good morning to you all. It is great to be here. Good morning. Positive start to the day, despite all the news that's going on in the world and stuff. And some of it's good, some of it's, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I might brush up a little bit about it. We got a thought for the day that sort of expresses my feelings towards it. But we are here to start another week as far as that goes. And let me check my volume because I think I found that echo just before coming on the broadcast there, Chris. And did you? Yes, I did get a haircut, Chris. Yeah. I don't think you noticed that yesterday. I got it yesterday because the window is a little bit smaller. The missus gave me a haircut yesterday. I had the haircut before I broadcast Lord of the Rings online gameplay. Awesome, adventuresome gameplay yesterday. We had some good play, but we had a little mic problem, and at the end of the broadcast, there was an echo. And what I had is I had another microphone. For some reason, I got a mic aux 3 activated or something like that, and I might have activated that yesterday during the mic problem for the broadcast yesterday. And I what it comes down to when I don't have any microphone in the gameplay, I just got to unplug it and plug it back in. And what number is? Oh, I think it's a number 4. Hey, Tina. Good morning. How are you doing? As we are, I saw you like the pictures I posted up yesterday of some activity going on with some NATO forces and stuff like that just before coming on. Also, thank you very much for that. And are you? Yes. Oh, you're still in the hospital, but are you doing better? That's the main thing. Chris informed me yesterday that you were in the hospital. So, yes, you are doing better. Okay, that's good to know. You're making progress. That's good. That's what hospitals are for. I was going to send you a text, and I just couldn't find you. I'm thinking, do I? It's just like, it's one of those things. It's like you're in the middle. Do I want to? And I wanted to, and I said, well, let's wait for tomorrow's broadcast, as far as that goes. And it's okay. Okay. Yeah, Chris told me. I'm like, oh man, we had Cup of Joe in the hospital here recently, and I think he's out. I've been seeing him on the Twitch here. Actually, he's online right now, Cup of Joe. I see him online. So, as far as that goes, along with Chris. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that. That's great. Any time frame when you'll be getting out, or are you going to be staying there for a little bit as far as that goes? Oh, and by the way, I do have the morning coffee, and it's tasting good, because it would not be a Monday morning coffee Twitch broadcast if I did not have the broadcast or did not have the coffee. So, maybe today. Oh, okay. So that's good. That means you're very. If maybe today is always that's a fantastic thing. That's great. You're probably tired as far as that goes of being in the hospital after. I think even after one day and stuff. The most I ever stayed was an overnight. And I was supposed to stay 3 days, but because I did so well, this is many years back. Was it over 10 years ago when I had my surgery to remove my prostate for prostate cancer? They had me slated to stay in for 3 days, but because I was so bounced back so good, and they said, well, if you can get up walking around and stuff, but I don't have coffee. Oh, okay. So maybe I should show my coffee. as far as. Well, 5 days here. Oh, you spent 5 days. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see. There's a new movie on Netflix, The Adam Project. Okay, I have to check that out. We've been looking for some sort of hit and miss on the movies for. We did get a good one this Saturday. I forget what it was. Um, but uh, I won't be broadcasting tomorrow, but I will be broadcasting Wednesday. So we should see you out by Wednesday. Hopefully, we're hoping. It's still got that shine. It's like, there we go. Um, Currently here in the southern tier of upstate New York, it is a cold 24 to 26 degrees Fahrenheit. A mix of clouds and sun during the morning will give way to cloudy skies this afternoon. High of 51, which is good. That's a good thing. Melt some of the snow that we got the other day. Was it early Saturday morning, going into the day, and it's a Ryan Reynolds movie. Oh, okay, that's good to know. No, Ryan Reynolds, good. Christopher, good morning, coming in from Oak Harbor, Washington. God, I don't have my notes here. Oak Harbor, yes, I believe it's Washington State. Yeah, Oak Harbor, Washington State. There, as far as that goes, and. Let's see, 51 degrees, which is great because it was cold yesterday. Did not really go outside at all yesterday. Though me and the missus was definitely looking at taking a walk yesterday. Wind out of the southwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour. We turned our clocks ahead yesterday, and let's see, out there in Deming, New Mexico is 43, high is 72. And Erica has 45 degrees, and she's also out there in Washington State. Tina saying good morning to Christopher. And let's see, sun will be rising this morning at 0720, which is, hour and 45 minutes, because we turned our clocks ahead, so it's not less than an hour now. It's more than an hour. It's the clocks are turned ahead, and the sun will be setting not at 6 o'clock now, 7 o'clock. My earbud is starting to bug the hell out of me here. There we go. Okay, I just reposition it and stuff. Sunrise out there in Deming, New Mexico, 7:22, and that's 7:22 New Mexico time as far as that goes. And Christopher, it's 46 out there in Washington. So Erica has 45, Christopher has 46. So that's cloudy with a glitch, with a high of 54, 40% chance. Yeah, we're cloudy here. I did see the moon out here peeking through the cracks in the sky there, as far as that goes, and I can't see him now. So, but the moon is 83% visible. It's waxing. That means it's going from nothing to full, and we've got sunny to partly cloudy sky for most of the day, which is good. Temperatures this week are going to be. Spring is here. We're a week away. Not yesterday being Sunday, but a week from next Sunday, it'll be the first day of spring. And we're talking, let's see, we got some rain showers tomorrow, but it's going to be high of 56, 60, 61, 62, 49, 46, 56, 57, 56. So we're out of the 30s for all intents and purposes and stuff like that. So I doubt it will get any more snow unless it dips down cold. So if we got these temperatures in the east here, they should be getting really good. I've seen some people posting pictures of spring already. And what's the percentage? The percentage of the moon, what did I say, 83% there, Chris. And let's see, Erica, sunrise 7:25. I think winter all practical purpose, I think winter is over. They had its last big hoopla with the snowstorm here. We got 6 inches. We got about 7 inches, I think. because I know I snow throwed about 5 inches, and there was another 3 inches later after lunch. So, and I know you got that snow down there. Did you get snow or rain down in Jersey, Tina? I'm not sure. You know, it's just like it looked like we had the snow up our way, but you had bands of rain. And Tina's saying good morning to Erica. Um, let's see. I did post. I did tweet. I'm getting good in tweeting the broadcast here as far as that goes. Let me do a sound check. Yep, sound is doing good. Okay, and let's see. Want to say thank you, Chris, for the retweet on the Monday morning coffee broadcast here, um, and liking Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. I got some good. What did I get on that? I got some good traction on that. Um, okay, our thought for the day. You guys gonna have to bear with me because you know I try not to talk about the crap news, but the thing is I'm not putting my head in the ground. I am not putting my head in the ground. Okay, so just bear with me as far as that goes because we don't normally. But this thought for the day sort of reflects how I feel about what's going on over in Ukraine, and even though it's coming from a president probably a lot of people didn't like, but he was the president that led us. Unlike, I'm not too sure about this president. I have great respect for the office of the presidency, but I think the individual that's in that seat right now is lacking some skills, and if you don't see it, then you know I'm trying to be respectful, but it's we're a strong country nonetheless. Okay, we got some great people down there, but we got some clowns that are down in Washington D.C. But my thought for the day comes from George Walker Bush, who was former president of the United States, and he led us through 9/11, and you know whether you were for or against the war going on, it's history now, and stuff like that. But we weathered it as a country, and we got some issues going on with gas prices. Gas here is at $4.39, I think, $4.39 to $4.49. It jumped within the last 2 weeks over $1 or something like that. It's unreal. I'm trying to gas up every 3 or 4 gallons that I've used, and it's usually about a week. I don't use that much. It's going from here to the house to the thing. But the thought for the day from former President George Walker Bush, it goes as follows: in this conflict, there is no neutral ground. There can be no peace in a world of terror. We did not ask for this mission, but we will fulfill it. Let me read that again. In this conflict, there is no neutral ground. There can be no peace in a world of terror. We did not ask for this mission, but we will fulfill it. And I saw that and I drew from that, given the situation over the Ukraine. We're not directly involved, but we're indirectly involved. We are supplying some very, very sophisticated weapon systems to the Ukrainians right now that I could say I somewhat have a first-hand knowledge of, in a sense, and they are keeping the Russian invasion that is unjustified at bay. And we can see that in the news. And the Ukraine's, there's going to be a lot more, how can I put this? There's going to be a lot more. It's not going to end anytime soon. But, what the hell? Why is that red? Why do I have a red dot there? I just noticed that on my thing. I got a red dot. Am I recording? I'm not recording. There's I got the little icon. I like the dog with the squirrel. It's the OBS icon that's on the toolbar, but there's like a little red dot. Do you know what that might be, Chris? I have no idea. I'm just my OBS is looking normal. and I'm not recording. I'm in studio mode, and I got the streaming going. Have no idea what that is, but anyway. Um, so you have to be aware of that, of what's going on over there. We are supporting. I think. Well, we're definitely supporting the right side as far as that goes. Do I want American troops on the ground? No, no. Um, that means your bit rate is bad. Let's see, my bit rate. Okay, how's it look on that end now? Let's see, my CPU. I'm looking pretty good on the. So maybe it's right at the fringe there. So that means your bit rate is bad. So I'm not having any drop frames. My CPU is about 49, 59%. Oh, you know what? Maybe I need to drop. Let me drop all. I got a whole bunch of browsers that I don't normally have in there. Let me drop them. Um, Let me drop them. Let me get rid of them. There we go. Maybe that might do something for it. I don't have, I had the browsers minimized and stuff like that. So getting back to what I was saying, I don't want American troops to go over there, but the United States is part of NATO, and if by chance, which I don't think he will, um, the crazy guy that's in charge of Russia, um, decide to say attack Poland. I've heard some people on the other platforms. They have Poland's next. No, Poland's not next. Right now, the way that if I've been following this from the get go, I guess, and of late, uh, let's just say the Russian forces they're in deep trouble. Okay, they're saying one time they said they were 10 miles within the center of Kiev. Now they're 15. They're getting their butts handed to them, and I think that's apparent by what we're seeing. On this thing called the internet, as far as be it social media, news outlets, and stuff like that, YouTube, they're getting their butts handed to them. There is a lot of death going on. There's a lot of unnecessary. Let's say encoder. Consider turning down video settings. Okay, well, it's. I think it. I think my video settings are all right. Just that I started off with the browsers on, so we'll just go with that. But anyway, so that was the reason behind the thought for the day there, that there is a conflict going on. We can't make political hay of it. We have to do the right thing, and I think we are doing the right thing. But we could have a little bit more leadership at the top as far as for us in the United States, and I don't think we're really getting that. And we're definitely not getting on the domestic side when you look at the price of oil, and we get the lame excuse of it's because of Putin, and I don't accept that. That's unacceptable. The prices were on the rise before this is happening, and it could be mitigated, but to constantly be blaming something else is a lack of leadership. And I guess that's what I'm saying as far as the current person that's sitting in as the president. Yeah, if you have too many windows open, your browser, it'll slow down your CPU. Okay, so I closed all my windows. My CPU is a little bit still high. It's probably running in the background, but I'm seeing it okay. Are you guys seeing any type of interruption at all? So that's interesting. Like I said, I don't normally keep my browsers open, and I left them open because I wanted to talk about something, but because I didn't even look for an interesting article this morning, but let me there's something in the news that I want to go over here after I get done talking about this Ukraine thing. But the bottom line, what's happening in Ukraine, it's wrong for the Russians to be doing what they're doing. They need to come to a peaceful solution, pull out. I think the president of Ukraine, God, what a guy, huh? What a modern day hero, man. He did not, unlike what we've seen in the past, everybody thought he was going to bail. He's right there in the thick and thin of it and stuff. So my hat's off to him. Was it President Zelensky? There's leadership. There's real leadership right there from him, given the support and all that. And my thoughts are that the Ukraine's it's going to it's going to get a lot worse, and it's going to get better than getting better. But they're holding their own. I think, and I think the general consensus is that Putin thought it was just going to be a walk in the park. That he just shows up knocking at the door with the 40-mile long convoy outside Kiev, and Ukraine was going to fold, and that wasn't the case. We're going into the 19th day, as far as today, and going into a third week, and it's not going to end real quick. And that's primarily because the Ukrainians are fighting. They're fighting back. They're not folding. And it's their homeland and their country. And I guess I try and put myself in that situation if that was to happen here. It's basically a real life from the movie Red Dawn. If you have ever seen the movie Red Dawn, that's what I'm picturing as far as what's going on over in the Ukraine. They are fighting for their life and their country, and it's inspirational. It's real world. People are dying, and that's a scary part. But there's a nutcase that's leading Russia. That hopefully there's some mechanisms there in the Russian country that can change that. So we'll see. Again, I don't like talking about the crap news on it, but you have to be aware of it. You can't stick your head in the sand, and as far as that goes. So as far as other things, the gas prices, what can I say? There's ways of mitigating it. Do we need to go to a worst enemy to get our gas? To backfill because we're boycotting all Russian petroleum and fossil fuels. So we're going to go to Iran? No, we don't need to do that. I feel bad for the Ukraine. Yeah, I do too, Erica. What's the cat? The cats are doing good. Yeah, I feel bad too. But it is the reality, Erica, and we have to give, if we just... thoughts and prayers for the Ukraine people as far as to stay strong, and that's very inspirational that they're, and it just and I think there's a lot of other countries that are supporting the Ukraine the best they can without, if any NATO nation committed troops or something like that, that would be borderline act of war, I guess, or something like that. So we can provide them other things, and and as the reality is that even humanitarian aid is being blocked by the Russians, and they're indiscriminately bombing civilians and killing civilians, which is wrong. Even the Russian soldiers, I think, are starting to see that from what I'm seeing on the internet as far as that goes. And like I said, they're getting their hands handed to them primarily because of their weapon systems. They have a particular drone platform that they've been operating from all this talk about them getting these fighters and stuff like that, these MiG-29s from Poland, where that's a bunch of crap there, as far as, but just give them more of these drones that Turkey has made. They're low cost. I guess they're $1 million a copy. That they're doing some damage to the Russian forces there, and all you have to do is look at the frickin' YouTubes, and there's a lot of them. So and plus other operating systems, as far as there's no flies. The Russians they don't have air superiority because the Ukrainians, they've got Stinger missiles, and they're knocking helicopters and fighters out of the sky. So pilots, the way the Russians are doing when they operating their planes, they're coming in, they're still in Russian airspace when they fire off their missiles, because all an aircraft is a platform. If you have a missile that can go 20 miles and your target is 15, you can stay 5 miles inside your country. You don't have to worry about their air defense and stuff. And that's what the Russians are doing. They're staying over here outside the picture, and their missiles are able to come in and hit their targets in the Ukraine. The ones that do venture in, and I think the attack on the Western airfield, they had to come in. I think some of those planes got knocked out or something like that from what I observed. But the other thing that's holding them at bay is something called a Lance missile. A Lance missile is a very effective tool, and the Russians, supposedly somebody said that former President Trump held those weapons back. I can tell you firsthand, he did not hold them back. They got those weapon systems. You got to understand, when the United States sends aid to another country, they give them aid. They just give them this aid, and there's another aid package behind that one. They have to wait till that one is absorbed to a certain degree before. That's how it works. A lot of people don't realize that, and it's misconstrued as, oh, he held back. He didn't hold back. He gave them arms. If the former president, the previous president to Trump, gave the Ukrainian people those weapon systems from the get-go instead of towards the end of his second term, instead of blankets, they probably would have been a lot better off now, because I can tell you right now, the Russians do not like the Lance missile. The Lance missile is lethal as far as, and I think that's why that column is standing by outside, because once they go into the urban city area, it's all bets are off, because it'll be messy, and as far as that goes, but it will, the Ukrainians will prevail as far as that goes, because they're fighting for dear life. With the Russians, they didn't even know they were going in there, so the report says. So just want to talk a little bit about that I am for the Ukrainians to frickin' kick the Russians out of their country. And they have no business being in there. And I would imagine, being a prior, an ex-military individual, that I wouldn't want to be invading somebody's country for no good reason. What did the Ukrainians do to the Russians? And they're neighbors and stuff. So, but they're in there under false pretenses, and it's because of that nut job Putin. So, okay, enough about that. So I got that out of my system as far as that goes. Some good news. Let's see, what are we doing on time here? Okay, we're at 29 minutes. I started early, so we're going to end with this. And this is pretty interesting. Tom Brady returns to the Buccaneers after less than 2 months of retirement. And what that entails, you're going to like this one, Chris. You're going to like this one, because with Tom Brady retiring, and then Ben Roethlisberger, the former Pittsburgh Steeler, they were both destined to go to the Hall of Fame. They probably would have got there. They'd probably be there at the first be there together. Okay, I think it's like 4 or 5 years after you retire, you're able to go in, and they would have been elected to go in together. Well, if you got Tom Brady and Roethlisberger, who's going to get the most publicity? Tom Brady. So Roethlisberger is probably thinking, I think a lot of the Pittsburgh Steelers fans should be thanking Tom Brady for going back for one more year, because there'll be one more year after that. So when Big Ben gets inducted into the Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, he will be the star of that day. So, but Tom Brady is coming back. And I don't know what that means. He's got the stats. I thought he was going to go one more year, and he probably thinking that, I can go one more year. So that's good for the Buccaneers. In shocking turn of events, what's happening here? Let's see. NFL quarterback and New England Patriot icon Tom Brady said he's returning for his 23rd season, less than 2 months after announcing his retirement. Brady, who is 44, and he'll be 45, I think, in August, via social media Sunday night. This was last night. This was breaking last night. Chris, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but aren't you excited about Roethlisberger? He's going to have his own day at Canton, Ohio in a couple years. Just remember, it was Tom Brady that went back to give him that limelight that he deserves the limelight too. Ben was a good quarterback. He had a couple. He had a couple of Super Bowls there with blah blah blah. I like that. What he is? What's that? Wait, he is? Yeah, he'll be going to the Hall of Fame, and he's won 2 Super Bowls. He's not he's. But what I'm saying is they're both going to the or not to. They're both going to the Hall of Fame. It's just that if you had Brady and Roethlisberger, Brady would be the highlight for that inductee class, is what I'm saying. So with Brady playing another season, he has to wait another year after that. So Ben will be. I think Ben will probably get on the first vote into the Hall of Fame in 6 years. I think they got to wait 5 or 6 years. I'm not sure how many years it is. But Brady announced via social media last night that he will be looking to take care of unfinished business with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which they're still a good team. And these past 2 months, I've realized my place is still on the field and not in the stands. That time will come, but it's not now. I love my teammates and I love my supportive family. They make it possible. I'm coming back for my 23rd season in Tampa, Brady wrote. The 7-time Super Bowl champion and 5-time Super Bowl most valuable player will be entering his 3rd season with the Buccaneers after playing the first 20 of his career with the Patriots, and the Patriots drafted him 199th overall pick in the 6th round. He was 199th overall. And stuff. Yeah, dinner report. Let's go ahead and what do we have for dinner? Let's go ahead with the dinner report. Thanks you, Chris, for reminding me that. Oh, you could. Okay. So Brady's coming back. That's the big news there as far as on that, as far as getting back on the positive side. Thank you, Chris. What do we have for dinner, Chris? The dinner report brought to you by Chris Technician, who often reminds me about doing the dinner report. And as far as that goes. And he is the original creator of the dinner report as far as that goes. And let's see, he had pepperoni and Hawaiian pizza. I like that. With cheesy bread from Domino's. Okay, there we go. From Domino's. We had, what did we have? Let's see. Erica had a cheeseburger with Caesar salad at a restaurant called Silver City Brewery. And let's see. I don't know if you want to get in there, Tina, because I don't know. You had hospital food. That's all you have to say on yours, I think. What I had for dinner, the missus, we had some, we still had some shredded pork from the night before. We had nacho hard shell tacos. We had soft tacos last night with the remainder. And what else did we have? Oh, olives. We had some olives. And Tina had a turkey sandwich and soup. And Chris Technician, there's also a town called Silver City in New Mexico. Yeah. I don't know if Christopher wants to come in and chime in on the dinner report here. But the dinner report, Chris gives the dinner report, his dinner report on another broadcast here, the Randy W. Horton broadcast, which I'm falling behind on watching those. I guess I wake up. I would watch them when I wake up at like 2 o'clock and watch a little bit of it, but the sleep is just becoming more important, I guess, as far as, especially with this, I got to get up an hour early. Well, the clock's turned an hour ahead. I don't know, Christopher, you want to chime in on the dinner report before we end? Because we're at the top of the hour right now, so... has the broadcast been pretty good as far as, have you seen any type of interruption and stuff like that? Because I still got that red dot, and I think it's just because I had my my browsers open. I guess I had them open because I wanted to talk about Brady, but I got to make sure I have that on the Surface 3. So, let's see, yes. Okay. Is Christopher from... let's see. Oh, a little frame drop. Okay. Early, but you're good. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's good now. That's good. Christopher had leftover fried chicken. Okay. And Tina says the broadcast's been good. Okay, yeah, that's just interesting. Like I said, I try and keep just the OBS up on the main thing as far as that. That's the most important thing as far as doing the broadcast. And so I appreciate that feedback. But so that's about it for now, folks. We're going to go ahead and exit stage left here as I cue the outro music. And let's see how that sounds as far as that goes. Let's see. How's that sounding? Let's see. Okay, I'm listening to the outro music right now. And let's see. Chris Technician says, have a great Monday. You too, Chris. Tina, thanks, ciao. Yes, Tina, and you will hopefully get out today. We're glad to hear that you're doing good, and we appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here. Tina saying ciao and bye to all. Erica saying have a good day. Christopher looks good on my end. Thank you, Christopher. And Chris Technician coming in with Bazanga. That's the word, Bazanga. And Tina says thanks. You're welcome, Tina. We're just very glad. That's a very, very positive thing as far as that goes, and we're very grateful that you being here too, Tina. And as far as you're getting out of the hospital today, that's great. That's great. All right, folks. You all have a great day. And this is Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Twitch, as well as over there on Twitter, saying you all have a great one wherever you may be on this big blue marble. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Thanks a lot, gang. I appreciate it. Have a great Monday.